What you are about to see is one session of a series of remote viewing sessions that were conducted in November 2024, where the focuses are on the leadership of Iran, both in December 2024 and in July 2025. Now, looking at the way people think in the near future gives us an idea of how world events will transpire in that same near future. Now, we focus on two people. The first is Ali Khamenei. Now, he's the supreme leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran. He's a religious leader, of course, and he is the ultimate authority in Iran. Now, the second person is Masoud Pezeshkian, the current president of Iran and the leading civilian politician. So we have a window into the dynamics of the religious as well as a civilian political thinking of Iran currently. It is important to remember that starting in early December 2024, the Assad government of Syria collapsed and Syria was invaded on multiple fronts. The prime instigators of this were Turkey and Israel. Indeed, Israel invaded much of Syria during the collapse, and Syria is now essentially split up into various sections. Now, under the Assad regime, Syria was a strong ally of Iran. Most of the supplies and weapons that Iran sent to both Hamas in Gaza and Hezbollah in Lebanon were shipped through Syria. People involved in training both Hamas and Hezbollah also traveled through Syria to and from Iran. Indeed, without the help of Iran, Hamas and Hezbollah would not have been able to offer much of a threat to Israel. The collapse of the Assad regime changed all of that. Territories were shifted and routes of supply disappeared in just a few days. Now, the remote viewing sessions conducted for this Deep News project were done in November 2024 before the collapse of the Syrian government. So this project gives you a great opportunity to see how remote viewing can be used to see elements of the future without being able to know exactly how those elements come to be. But given the changes on the ground, so to speak, this project also gives you a window into the near-term thinking of the Iranian leadership. And with that, we can make educated guesses as to what is going to happen in much of the world between now and July 2025. I want to invite everyone who is watching this Deep News project involving the Iranian leadership to chime in, to voice your opinions about what you think is going to happen based on these results. Again, the session that you are about to see is just one of 5 sessions that we obtained for this project. Also, I encourage all of our audience to watch the huge library of projects that you can find at FARSIGHT'Prime.com, our streaming service. FARSIGHTPrime.com is cutting edge and technically equivalent to any of the major streaming services. All of our major projects are contained only on FARSIGHTPrime.com. The world is changing at a breakneck pace currently, and you need to understand the complexities of these changes so that you can make sense of it all. Also, our subscribers on FARSIGHTPrime.com are our only source of revenue. Bringing you these projects every month is not cheap, and without your support, we would not be able to continue, and you would be left with only the mainstream news. The same mainstream news that invests most of its efforts into controlling you by hiding the important news from you. At Farsight, we want complete disclosure, and that means the end of all secrecy. We don't want to control you. We just want you to be told the truth. All of the truth, unfiltered by those who think they are smarter and better than you. Looking at the state of the world today, we all know how badly that turns out. The time will come when Farsight will be a household word known worldwide, and you make that happen. Your support now for FARSIGHTPrime.com is fundamentally responsible for manifesting the future where the hostile control ends and true freedom begins. The viewer for the remote viewing session that you are going to see now is Yeme Jeaneé. All right, Yeme, so here we have Deep News, and you've done a session. I have your paper session here, but you're going to go through the session, but just for the audience's sake, you don't know what the target is or the nature of the project or anything. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, so it's done totally blind, and you'll go through your session, and then after the session is done, you describe it, then I'll tell you what the target is and the target reveal, okay? Okay, so why don't you just start?
I have a natural land, a man-made land with natural components to it. I see grays, blacks, browns, cool temperatures, and cool colored hues. It's cloudy. I see subjects, multiple subjects, in what seem to be a professional dress wear. Male subjects mostly stand out. It's a focus gathering. There's some movement here. I have what seems to be a large structure and some subjects standing near it. Coolness, natural land, a central structure that's focused on a subject and surrounding foliage. And focus 1, at time W, I have subject A. This is a masculine subject. Other subjects are nearby. Focused gathering. Subject A is tall, has on blue formal wear. I see colors of red. Short hair, light colored. Face appears large, has large nose, creases in the face. I hear a rumbling sound. This subject has large ears and smooth textures on the head. Very open-minded, lots of movement, knowledgeable, fast thinker, has important path or an important job, possibly, seemingly honest, but has secrets. I just heard this loud beeping sound. This subject has or is gathering necessary information in regards to something really big. There's a plan AW in regards to subject A. I get data retrieval, something involving air travel, things I'm blocking out. I block out things and I write them down. Things I'm blocking out were like space, political, war, information program, move in on, collect, and get all they need to move to the next step type of energy, bring out hidden documents. There is a slightly negative connotation as to why, exploiting the inevitable. I picked up on energy in this deep mind probe of bringing control to information that will seemingly explode underwater or overseas. Something involving water. A plan AW with subject A was like, stop this from happening. I was having a hard time picking up on the subject matter or I was being blocked out. Something feels like obvious or wrong. On focus 2, I have subject B, time W. The skin tone has color to it or a tan look to it. Dark hair, something covering face or on the face. I had a weird feeling of it was struggling for me to get too connected to this particular subject. The subject is moving about. Subject B is both giving and taking orders at this time W. I heard a banter within his mind, something like, why did they, or like, why did they put this here? What was it to not watch him die? I didn't know what that meant, but I don't know what that means, or if that's even important, but I do my best not to edit out things. But that's what's happening. There are cameras deduction. Rooms, places of interest, peaks. They seem to be observing a human subject. Subject B, I see a brown or tan man. This man does not have much facial hair. Short, dark hair, dark colored clothing. They have a seemingly aggressive personality. Bossy, sure of himself, smart, very science and data oriented. I see like cargo crates, subjects. I feel a difference in the subjects. They do not get along. Very unlikely things involving this transaction. Human subjects are being mistreated. I have a personal problem with the energy about this plan. It seems and feels very malicious or just plain bad and hurtful to others. A lot of subjects are here in this space. Subject B, there's plan BW. In this deep mind probe, there's transportation. It seems grounded or ground-based. I also see dark non-surface structure. I have a deduction of airplane, very airplane-like. And subjects are being shipped or moved somewhere. It feels involuntary. Am I saying that right? It feels involuntary. The other subjects don't want to be placed where they're going. The subjects that are being put somewhere, they don't want to go there. And subject B seems to be the ringleader in this space. Plan BW with subject B. He's got this black uniform on. It's got gadgets on it. Hard objects attached to the subject. I have a deduction of communication device or protective gear. Focus 3. I have a subject A at time Y. Time Y is loud here. There's chaotic energy, movement, a back and forth. Subject A in dark clothing outside. Here, this has a very public focus to bring forth a movement in the public eye. I can sense highs and lows that spark upward within this plan. This plan, subject A feels as though he is assisting or helping, making something better, but it feels like it may cause a backfire. I have a deduction of tragedies that need to be brought to the forefront, truth about the tragedies and the individuals involved. This will cause an uproar, but it is something that will shift the trajectory of a lot of things. The plan seems to involve ties to other countries outside of America. I cannot be specific about which location, but I am feeling definite energies that are foreign. And yeah, subject A just seems to truly believe that uncovering this information will be beneficial. But something doesn't feel right about that. Whatever that plan is, feels like, be careful. Focus 4 with subject B at time Y. There's deep mind probe here going on. This subject is energetically sort of rough, pushy, just pushy in general and pushy about this topic. This plan feels very thought out and very, I don't want to say rushed, but they seem to be very adamant about this, about implementing this and making sure that everything happens effectively. What is plan BY for subject B? The This placement feels like, I have deductions of attack, firearms, war. This plan feels loud and violent. This plan feels loud and violent. Feels like an ongoing attack, disrupting something that should help. I have deductions of riot. Feels very riot-like, riot invoking. Lots of subjects are moving in a chaotic and disruptive and destructive way within a space that is supposed to hold justice and peace. Subjects that belong in a different location move in on its opposing side. So there is this happening energetically. I hear screams, I hear shouts, destruction towards structures and subjects, property damage, physical damage. It's very in your face type of energy, storming, rambunctious. People are getting hurt or people will get hurt in this space is what I'm getting. I see a different subject in his mind's eye that he is heavily focused on. He has a malicious energy towards that. He has a malicious energy towards that subject. Whatever that subject is conducting is the sole purpose of Plan BY, and this is bad. He does not rock with this being at all.
Yeah, he is not what?
Hold on, there's loud sounds.
Okay, so you...
in my ear. He does not like this being.
Okay.
Whoever he sees in his mind's eye.
He's got an enemy somewhere.
Oh yeah, it's war in his mind. Like whether he's alone or got someone backing him up, he's going for this person.
Yeah.
Is the energy I just got.
Well, that was an interesting session. It gave us...
I need a moment. I just lost all my hearing. Okay, I can hear again, but it's still painful.
Okay, well, that was an interesting session. So are you ready to hear what the target was? We were interested, because there's so much going on in the Middle East, we were interested in
Makes sense.
Iran. Where is it? Where are they thinking? So there are two subjects, subject A and subject B. Subject A is the supreme leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran. That's Ali Khamenei. Now, he's the religious leader of Iran. Subject B is the president, the civilian president, and he's
in Iran.
Of Iran. Yeah, Masoud Pezeshkian. Now, that's the president. So we went after the supreme leader, the ultimate leader of Iran, which is a religious guy. And then we went after the political leader, the president, Masoud Pezeshkian.
Oh,
and
God. Wow, I'm listening.
And we went for 2 times. The first time is December 2024, which is this month when this is being recorded. And that's time W. And then the second time that's July 2025, like 6-7 months from now, 7 or 8 months from now. So we were interested in what is their thoughts now and what is their thoughts in July next year. And what we were really interested in is, are they planning on cranking this down and just sort of having the war sort of resolve itself? So basically what you're getting in your session is they were very concerned about what's happening now, and they have plans in December of 2024. But what I'm getting up in both subject A and subject B is come around July of 2025, they're fighting.
Oh, yeah. And if they're not, then, oh, my.
So this is not a war that's tapering down. This is something where it's ongoing, and they have enemies, and they're very...
They're fighting with who?
Israel.
Still.
Yeah, Israel. So it's the conflicts that they're having are ongoing, and 7-8 months from now they're not stopped.
People are gonna die.
Yeah, people are dying and are gonna die. So that's what we were really concerned about. We were really concerned about.
What's Plan B? Why?
What's that?
What is Plan B? Why?
Oh, the plans. That's very interesting. The plan BY, of course, BY is his plan with respect to Israel at time Y in July. So Plan BY is the president's plan. That's Masoud Pezeshkian, president of Iran. What his plan is with respect to Israel at time in July.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's
in it.
He's in it. And he's got some pretty strong plans.
Yeah, he will. You know that song, "You Dropped a Bomb on Me"? Like, he is ready to destroy.
Whatever it is, it's a big time.
Oh my goodness!
They're really into it. They're into the fight. So we were really concerned. We were saying, is this a war that's going to be? What we were thinking is, when we go with 2025 in July, is it going to be like they're focusing on peace and just calming things down? But that's not what's happening.
How does that affect the U.S.?
Well, the U.S. is involved in supporting Israel and the entire stuff. Now
we're supporting Israel.
Yeah, and we're also now involved in the conflicts that are going on in Syria. So
why?
And then, of course, we're involved in the conflicts that are going on elsewhere in the world. But yeah. Anyway, the session, the important take-home message from your session is that this war is not resolving. This war is, and come around July of 2025, they're up to something, and they're going to go after.
This guy is really, and maybe he's not always this way, but in regards to this topic, he is hot-headed.
Hot-headed.
I don't understand what can cause someone to be this hot-headed about another country.
They have war on the mind, and they don't seem to be thinking of anything else.
Why? Like, who wakes up and goes, I'm going to start war?
Well, not that. This is not start war. This is continue.
I know, but they had to start it to begin with.
But
they had to start it to begin with.
No, the war is going on now.
I know that, which means it started, right?
Oh, it already started, but it looks like it's going to get much worse.
Exactly. What I am saying is, who wakes up and goes, a war is on today's agenda. I'm going to start this war. And you know what? I think I'm going to continue this war. They don't see the destruction that is happening to the people. They don't care.
Yeah, it's really strange. Anyway, that was what that was. That's what that plan was. Now the yeah. Anyway, Yeme, you did a great thing. You have a great session here, and we learned a lot from your session. The war is not going away, and come around July, not only is it not over, but it looks like they're about to step it up, and they got some plan in March. Something bad going to happen. Okay, you did a great session, and we go on to the next one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the next session will be about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs or something.
There's something freaky going on there.
Okay.
I don't get paid enough for that.